Hello, guys. Welcome to Patient Well Academy. Today, I want to talk about a stock that has returned about 1100% in the past 2 years, which obviously sounds very high, and I'm sure you guys are curious to know about it. So, this stock is Supermicro Computer. If you compare the return versus Nvidia, it has definitely beaten Nvidia in the past 2 years. So if you had invested $100 in August of 2022, Supermicro would have given you a value of around $1,100 this August of 2024 versus Nvidia. $100 invested in Nvidia in August of 2022 would have returned about $500. So if you look at the returns for Supermicro versus Nvidia versus Nasdaq, obviously both Supermicro and Nvidia have beaten the Nasdaq. In the past 6 months and the year, Nvidia has definitely done better than Supermicro because Supermicro has faced quite a bit of volatility. However, if you take a long-term view for the 2 year, you can see that Supermicro has definitely outpaced Nvidia, and the same goes for the 3 year return as well. So the question you might be asking is, what kind of business is Supermicro Computer in? So they basically offer a broad range of products related to servers, storage, and subsystems and accessories. So basically, think about components that are used to build a server or storage system. So that includes your blade servers, your storage chips, your GPU systems, and other components. So basically, they use a lot of chips from Nvidia, AMD, and Intel. So those are their key suppliers. And then they do face quite a bit of competition. A few big names, obviously, are Dell, Cisco, HP, Lenovo. So they're not one of the largest competitors out there. They serve more of a niche market, I would say, but they do have a space in the market. And because of their smaller size, they have experienced this tremendous growth. Okay, so let's look at Supermicro's financials. So if you were to look at revenue, so they've experienced quite a bit of a growth. In 2020, they were at 3.3 billion US dollars. And if you look at 2024, they have grown to about 15 billion US dollars. So that's a compound annual growth rate of about 45%. And then if you look at net income, they had a net income of about 84 million US dollars in 2020, and that has grown to 1.2 billion US dollars in 2024. And that's a compound annual growth rate of 95%. So there's a reason why this stock has risen so much. These numbers do back the story up. If you look at the net income as a percentage of revenue, that has also increased over the years. However, in 2023, it was 9%, and then in 2024, it has slightly dipped to 8.1%. So this could be a one-off situation in terms of the money they've been investing in R&D or the cost of sales going up. And it is possible that going forward, this could come back to the 2023 levels. So let's analyze Supermicro using the SWOT analysis framework here. So beginning with strengths. So Supermicro provides customized solutions which are enabled based on the modular architecture that it produces. And then another strength is that it is quick to market based on this modular architecture that it has. And thirdly, it has this proprietary liquid cooling technology that is quite efficient in terms of providing energy savings for these server systems. So looking at the weaknesses, we have definitely seen this increase in cost of sales. It does rely on a few key suppliers. And we have also seen in the quarterly reports that there are a few customers that have a about 20% to about 10% share of the total sales. So that is a risk as well in terms of not having a large customer base. Now, looking at opportunities, obviously there's been a high growth in cloud computing and data centers. This is driven by the AI, Internet of Things, and edge computing. And then we are also expecting demand from emerging markets. We're already seeing that Supermicro sells quite a bit in Asia. So that could be an engine of growth going forward. And then lastly, if you look at threats, so as we saw earlier, it does face a lot of competition from large players. And then obviously geopolitics can affect trade, especially considering that it has a presence in Taiwan. So going forward, if it can manage this threat better, I think Supermicro will continue to be in a good position. All right, guys, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.